Good afternoon from Prague. Walking around an area that is known for high-end shops and high-end hotels and the beautiful people, as it were, seems like the right place to talk about the powder keg that's happening in Slovakia. So the situation we talked about before with communism, and then also the situation with welfare in the Roma, already set the situation for the Roma in a bad place. But add on to that white Slovaks are paying into the social welfare system at a rate of somewhere around 40 to 50% of their salaries when you add up health care and other taxing costs, while they watch the Roma receive social welfare and not work, is a powder keg of emotion. But in addition to that, it's a powder keg as well of government funding. So therefore, it's going to be very difficult for Slovakia to keep up with those kind of numbers supporting that many people when they know that the Roma population is growing every day substantially. And the highest number of Roma people are actually under the age of 20. So there's no way that they can keep up with that economic expense. Yet, somehow, things will have to change. On top of that, one white Slovak person told me that they felt like the EU was paying a tremendous amount of money to Roma programs in Slovakia, especially almost as bribe money for Slovakia to keep the Roma inside their borders so they would not become a problem in any other place around the European Union. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it does certainly beg the question of whether the Roma problem is potentially being contained by those monies. However, you'll also learn as you travel around Slovakia and talk about the Roma situation that people are receiving that money civically, mayors and cities and towns, but it's not always being spent. In fact, most of the time it's not spent at all because the prejudice is so thick. Even though the money is available, they don't want to spend it on Roma. In one little town, we saw this wonderful church that had a sidewalk going to it from the town center. And then passing by a Roma settlement, sort of, you had to cross quite a big field to get to the actual settlement. So the sidewalk stopped really short of actually reaching the Roma, but the thought was that Roma money was spent to build a sidewalk to the church. And it was used because it passed by the Roma settlement, even though it really didn't enter the Roma settlement at all. So it'll be interesting to do a little bit more investigation about monies available, and civic funding, and the problems with actually distributing it and its use for the Roma population. Yet another thing to add: communism, welfare, a powder keg of emotion, and social funding.